Attention! This podcast is only for adults who have graduated from the kiddie table. Listener discretion is advised. Your episode begins in 3, 2, 1. Gotta get my excitement jitters out. I'm bouncing in my seat. So excited. Oh my God.
I do not understand this feel you have for this book.
Well, Joey, listen, okay, we're going to really get into it because I have very complicated emotions. I think you might too.
I'm just so excited that we are doing more mail because I love it.
I know, Lex. You were always the original proponent for mail around here.
Yowie from the beginning.
Turns out you were way ahead of the curve. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the Lusty Library podcast. Oh, if this is your first time listening to us, welcome. I already said it 4 times, but I'm going to say it again just for you because you are a special, delicate, wonderful human. Thanks for coming out and listening to us.
Oh, we love you. We really do. We may not know you and you may be a freak in nature, but we still love you.
Aw. You're a kind of freak.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm Birdie, and I am going to be your hostess of the mostest. I've also passed the puck to some of my other co-hosts here. Okay, listen.
What the fuck? We're starting so early.
3 hosts, 1 puck.
Joey.
What? Usually you guys wait till minute 15 to start to irritate me. We've been recording for 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Ooh, we're on our game. Yeah.
Ooh, the Boston accent is coming out thick.
Does that mean we won this face-off?
Oh, shit.
Listeners, I am leaving the room. I will come back when we give our reviews.
Joey.
Enjoy your episode.
Oh,
No, don't leave me, Joey. Don't leave me, Joey. Lex, is she
Yes.
going to leave us?
No, of course not. This is too much fun.
All right, so we've got Joey here. We've got Lex over here.
Hi.
I'm so excited. We're talking about Heated Rivalry.
Surprise.
Because no one's talking about this right now. I mean, this is a deep, dark secret, and we're just outing it to the world at this moment.
Nobody's read this book at all.
It's total unknown.
This book has gone so viral, mainly because it has been turned into an HBO Max TV show, in case you didn't know that. Did either of you actually watch the show as well?
Do you know me at all?
You're a content whore, Joey. All right, fine. Lex, did you watch the show?
I knew the 2 of you would watch it, so I wanted to be the person who stayed virgin for this book.
Yes!
The only thing I have seen, and I just watched it last night after I finished reading the book, was the honest trailer online for it.
You would.
Which was amazing, and I loved it.
That's probably the only piece of content I haven't consumed about this show/book yet. I am a self-designated, what they call lunatic, LOON.
Oh,
Yep.
My God.
Yep.
Really?
Lord.
Yep. That's what we call ourselves, people who are obsessed. I know this isn't that many times, but I have reheated the show, as they say.
Oh my God, what is happening here?
I love it.
I am in a cult. If I didn't have a 3-year-old, I would have watched it 5 times by now. I just need to make sure that everybody understands I have a 3-year-old. I have literally 1 hour a day that is to myself, and half of that time I need to spend showering. So
Oh my God.
this is where I'm at. I just wanted to get a level check on like the consumption of this content across the 3 of us. So I think we have a pretty good distribution of content. Birdie here, heavy user. Joey, medium user. Lex, light.
Well, before this book, did you care about hockey?
No.
Okay. So I love that the girl who reads Mail and watches hockey didn't read this book until you said, let's read this book.
Well, and to be fair, did you not host the last hockey book that we read?
Ooh, deep cut.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Yeah. Go all the way back to season 1 and listen to our episode on Breakout if you like hockey.
Yeah.
And Mafia. That was the most interesting mashup I've read in a long
man.
time.
Oh, it's fun.
Holy shit, I read that book so fast. I think that this is a really interesting time for this book to come out and be made viral. This book came out years ago. Rachel Reid has been putting in the work. It had a huge following already. But then Crave released the TV show, then it got picked up by HBO Max and blew it out of the goddamn water.
So, Birdie, let's just pretend that there might be 2 people out there who don't know what this book's about. Do you want to give us the summary?
I absolutely will. Nothing interferes with pro hockey star Shane Hollander's game. Now that he's the captain of the Montreal Voyageurs, he won't let anything jeopardize that. Definitely not the sexy rival he loves to hate. Boston Bears captain Ilya Rozanov is everything Shane's not. Are you laughing at me again?
I'm not laughing at you. Just go.
The self-proclaimed king of the ice, he's as cocky as he is talented. No one can beat him except Shane. Publicly, they're enemies. Privately, they can't stop touching each other. The smart thing to do? Walk away. Once a few secret hookups turn into a struggle to keep their relationship out of the press. The truth could ruin them both. But for Shane and Ilya, secrecy is soon no longer an option. Dun, dun, dun.
So I was laughing just because of the very barely veiled Canadiens and the Boston Bruins.
Gigantic rivalry
Well, yes.
in NHL.
Right. And there's much talk about the bear tattoo that Ilya has in the book and how it actually does not come up in the show because the show couldn't get the rights for the bear.
Oh, is that why they're the Raiders?
Yes.
Because the Bruins were like, fuck you.
Right. So he doesn't have the bear tattoo in the show. People are really losing their gourds about that.
That's a big component, though, in the book.
It is a very big component. I also love that Rachel Reid is wearing a hockey shirt in her photo on the back of the book.
Yeah. You can tell she has a love for it.
Yeah. But guess what? She's not a gay man. She wrote this book so well.
Actually, like so much male back in Japan, yaoi, it was not written by men. It wasn't written for men. It's written for women. It's a whole thing.
I think as Americans, as a culture, we don't necessarily have that mainstream male and women digging the fuck out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I have to throw it out there. This is the second episode we've had where the book starts with a prologue. And I've decided I fucking hate prologues. I fucking hate them, especially in romance books.
What is it about it?
Because I like the burn. I like the buildup. And I absolutely fucking hate getting thrown in the middle of something where you don't understand the chemistry. So admittedly, I watched the show before I started the books, which I regretted. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, and then I just couldn't hold off. And the show doesn't have the prologue.
No.
You just start with the burn. I think that was the smart move by Jacob Tierney in the screenplay.
I see it a little bit differently. When you start with a prologue like this, first of all, this book gets the award for our first ever on this podcast, Sex in the Prologue.
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah,
We've
it does.
never had a book where sex came out of the gate on page 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Rachel
Okay.
Reid, you get our Sex on page 3 award. But sometimes in the prologue, it baits you to be like, oh my God, what is actually happening in this story? Now I get to find out about the burn. It's like you watching a trailer that shows you that something's going to happen, and then you watching the movie to find out why it happened, who it happened to, who, what, when, where, why, how.
Yeah, but as we know, Birdie doesn't like synopsis, trailers, or
Oh,
anything
but that
like
could be
that.
it.
Tracks.
100%. Oh, my God, Lex, you know me so well. Oh.
It's like I've almost been listening to you.
yeah, so we get this prologue. They're fucking. There's some drama in it. You want to understand why is Shane all feathers ruffled about this guy and Ilya's so closed off. We just get smashed into their world. We don't understand who they are, where they're coming from, what any of the grounding is that we're standing on.
All we know is that they're both professional hockey players.
Yep,
They
yep.
just played against each other.
Yep.
They had some words on the ice.
Yeah.
And now they're meeting each other and they're fucking like bunnies.
In secret.
Right.
Mhm.
I very much want to just skip now to the burn. So,
Let's burn, baby, burn.
one thing that I thought was really special about the book that we get to hear about that we don't get to hear about in the show is you get to hear Shane's inner monologue. To put a huge stake in the ground right now, my favorite part of the book was Shane's inner monologue. It was so adorable and funny and interesting and is the reason that books are fun. Inner
Yes.
monologue
Yep.
is very difficult to convey in
Mhm.
movies. It is the core thing that actors have to convey with very subtle facial movements.
Mhm.
Hudson Williams, like, he did a great job conveying an autistic character, but he can't go out and say that he's actually been researching Ilya Rozanov before he goes to the NHL draft and when he's a youngin' and he knows who he's going up against. He knows all about Ilya Rozanov and his high school career. We don't get any of that in the TV show. And I really liked learning about that because it indicates that he's deeply invested in hockey. He's deeply invested in the competition. He's done his research. And I love that.
And it gives you more of the contrast between the two of them because Shane's got this love for the game. It's what he's wanted his whole life. Whereas Ilya, it's a way out for him. There's no other way for him to get out of Russia.
So true. I didn't really feel like Ilya was getting forced to play. I feel like he was forced to be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was pressure on him to be good by his dad and not just to like, oh, give it your best, honey. Like, no.
No, you are the pride of the family, pride of the nation kind of deal.
Yeah.
Looking at where he comes from, like, what are his options otherwise? This is the only chance he's going to have a life of success and be outside of that very rigid system. And he's very aware of his sexuality from the beginning. And it's illegal in Russia. So how else is he going to get out?
So they first meet each other at this junior hockey game. They're so young. They're babies.
Junior Hockey Championship. The teams that they play on are very, very successful. These two gentlemen are at the top of their game.
They are, and they know it.
Mm-hmm.
Ilya knows it. That's for sure. Sweet, sweet Shane goes to introduce himself to Ilya, and this is another moment where you start to really see how polar opposite they are. Like, Shane is very open, and he's like, hey, I'm Shane Hollander, like, just wanted to say hi and meet you, and Ilya's just like, yeah, okay.
I love the inner monologue on that, though, for him, because a lot of it is his command of English.
Right.
And a lot of times the interactions, it's just too fast and he just doesn't have the grasp of it yet. So he even plays that a little closer to the chest.
But also, these two in the media are being touted as the top two to be able to move to the NHL, who now are going to be head-to-head in competition, ultimately for the rest of their careers, because they're coming up at the same time. Who's going to get drafted first into the NHL? Sometimes they're seeing each other as competition, even though they don't want to be competition with each other.
This book is also one of the first books that we've read, I think, for the pod, where there are huge gaps of time between these chapters. I found myself having to sit there and be like, okay, if this was me in my real life, how would I feel right now? Okay, so they've met. Ilya is clearly intrigued by Shane. By the time they leave, Ilya's like, who is this little odd duck of a man?
Yeah.
It's like it's almost a year goes by. And granted, yes, it is the nature of hockey players. Like, they are on the road all the time, so they don't get to see each other very often. But I was just like, wow, that actually sounds fucking miserable.
When you think about it, though, when you meet someone and you're intrigued by them and there's the potential, then you want to see them more frequently. But if it's someone that you're just kind of attracted to, intrigued by, you're like, okay, great, moving on. Because
Right.
you're not going to be able to act upon it.
Right. And so the next time they see each other is at the NHL draft. You know, it's this big hubbub. It's in LA. Big deal. Suits. It's very fancy. After the draft, Shane is like freaking out. He can't sleep.
Shane doesn't know exactly what has gotten under his skin at this point, but he just knows he's very restless.
Yes. That is so true, Joey. Like, he doesn't quite understand his thoughts yet.
That's one of the pieces I enjoy so much about this is the
Yeah.
blooming of Shane.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And I think we also have to mention them meeting at the Junior World Championship. The Russians won.
Right.
And this was the first time for Shane that he wasn't number one.
Yes.
Well, then
Yes.
now we get to the draft, and guess who is the first draft pick? It's Ilya.
Right.
And Shane went number 2.
So that is partially also the other reason why he's worked up. He's totally in his head, like, he hasn't had to try to be first.
Yeah.
This is the first person who has ever pushed him to be better.
Yeah. And the thing is, Shane knows Ilya is an amazing hockey player.
Yeah.
He calls it out through the entire book.
Right. First time he meets him, he totally fangirls out on Ilya.
Yeah.
It's so cute. So he goes down to the gym in the middle of the fucking night to work out, to get out this crazy nervous energy that he has. And he's going on his treadmill. Oh boy. Who shows up but our boy Rozanoff? They end up just silently working out next to each other and doing this competition where, like, you've been at a gym before where you see the other person's speed next to you and you're like, oh, fuck. But, like, imagine if this is your greatest rival and the person who's keeping you up at night who just beat you.
Yeah.
So obviously they're going to keep going against each other harder and harder and harder until eventually Shane can't take it anymore. He floppy, like, almost eats shit getting off the treadmill, falls onto the ground. His legs are wobbly, sweating. They're both gasping for breaths. Ilya gets off his treadmill and they sit on the floor facing each other with their toes almost touching. It is a very distinctive thing, and I actually watched this whole wonderful breakout of why, in a world where you are a broke filmmaker and you have $0, would you ever shoot directly into a fucking mirror? Clearly, Jacob Tierney desperately wanted that shot for a very specific reason. Some of the brilliant people in the world, the other loons that have broken this out, are saying that, you know, Jacob is a fan of the book. He is a huge fan of the Game Changers series. He came to Rachel Reid because he loved the book. So that's why this show is such a dedicated, obsessive representation of this book. It goes further than Rachel even thought to go with it. This scene is the first moment in the book where we start to have this, like, moment.
Yeah.
They're having this eyes-only conversation. It's almost nonverbal. They're both breathing. And Ilya offers Shane a drink of water out of his water bottle.
Oh my God, it's an indirect kiss.
Oh my God.
No, but Shane doesn't put the water bottle to his mouth. It's one
course
of
he
those
doesn't.
squeeze ones. But in the exchange of the water bottle handoff, this is where it gets rah, rah, rah. There is a slight grazing of fingers, that electricity that goes through the plastic water bottle from one body to another.
And that moment in the book, you read it and you're like, oh yeah, their fingers brush each other. And you're like, oh, yay. You don't really get that feeling until this later moment in Shane's inner monologue that makes your chest tighten up. He drinks the water. He squeezes it into his mouth because, let's remember, he's autistic. One of his things is he's a little bit of a germaphobe. It's very subtle. You don't really realize that he has autism, maybe at all in the book if you don't know the signals.
Completely missed it.
Samesies.
All right. Honestly, when you see the TV show, it's a little bit more obvious. The acting is a little off at first. You're like, is this guy just a bad actor? And then you start catching little things. And there are some people who may not even catch it in the show, of course, because I'm a lunatic. I've read literally everything.
What the fuck is happening to this podcast?
Hudson Williams, the actor who plays Shane, his dad is autistic. And so this actor has deep understanding of how an autistic person might react in certain scenarios. So Shane is squeezing the water bottle and pouring the water into his mouth. He is not directly drinking out of it. As he's drinking, Ilya just quietly just says, more. When he ever told him to drink more.
Yep.
And we establish right in that moment that he is going to be the top in this relationship. It's a little bit more subtle when you're reading it. But the moment where their fingers touch and the moment where Ilya says more in the show, I was gripping the blankets next to me. I was like, oh my God.
So that's the exchange you get. In a book, you get that beautiful inner monologue. You have a deeper understanding of the thoughts and feelings and emotions of that person. When you're watching it being acted out, I think it paints a completely different picture.
It does.
Things that are slightly subtle in a book are now exchanged for you actually getting that visual cue, the sounds that are coming out, the eye gazes that are happening, the connection at that moment. So it's one exchange for another from book to actual film.
Every time you do a different media, it's going to be different. That's one of my favorite things to do is read a book, watch a movie, and see how something changes between each media and what are the through threads.
Oh my God, Lex, I want you to go watch the show and then record a whole other fucking episode after you've watched it. The moment in the book that really gets you in your chest with this, that establishes that there is something huge happening with Shane. He mentions that the air felt thick and he felt like he wanted to jump out of a plane. Oh, God. Because I was reading it and I'm sitting there comparing it to the show and I'm like, it's not getting me. It's not getting me. Yeah. And then I get to that line and I'm like, there it is. Right in the chest. That was the moment that cemented it for me. You know, something huge is happening.
Reading those pages, I was like, this is the lightning bolt. This is the chemistry. Them staring at each other eye to eye. You just feel like the fissures happening.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's something. There's a kindling of something burning right now.
There's a lot of talk about how Shane looks at Ilya's neck.
Yeah.
There's lots of bobbing Adam's apples.
Yeah, watching him drink.
There's something about when you first really start to pick up on sexuality and all these minute details you start picking up when you're attracted to somebody. Otherwise, you wouldn't care. Watching the Adam's apple, the way they breathe, the way they turn, move, suddenly these small gestures, you start soaking in all these pieces.
Absolutely. I mean, we always talk about like, oh, his hands. I'm like, oh, this is a neck book. They're both into each other's necks. They don't see each other for about 6 months. During this time, we are learning through Shane's inner monologue that he's starting to look at men in the grocery store. He's starting to have these thoughts. Ilya is definitely just thinking about Shane all the time. He sees his face everywhere on everything. So
his stupid face.
Yeah, I love the way he talks about his stupid face with his stupid freckles and his stupid fucking perfect French and his perfect English. And he goes back and forth.
He's so mad, but not.
He loves it.
And the crazy part is, as they're coming up in the league, the other person is never out of mind for them because they're either on ESPN, talking about the other person. So the minute you stop thinking about them, all of a sudden they're plunged back into your face because someone else is talking about them. So it's really hard to forget.
Well, and the league pushes that as a marketing piece. So even if they wanted to step back from it, they can't because their sponsors, the league themselves is always pushing this rivalry.
Right. And so they do see each other at a game. They have some snarky back and forth.
Oh, it's their last junior world championships before they hit the NHL.
It's, kind of inconsequential. But then the next time they see each other after that is at actually a photo shoot. They are supposed to be these rivals. So there's lots of face-off photos. But then they end up giggling at each other and having this cute moment where they just can't keep their shit together while they're doing the shoot.
I'm just imagining the photographer going, "Come on, guys, just one more. Get the intense.
Oh my God. Having been the director-ish of a photo shoot, I think everybody here in this room, we all used to work for a photography studio together. I'm sitting there going, oh my fucking God, the cash raining from the sky with all these people fucking...
You're like the lighting assistant, the Gigi tech,
the
hair and makeup artist.
Oh my God, the stylist is probably $3,000 a day, if not more.
And they're all sitting on the ice cold going, come on, let's go.
I know. The photographer's probably $10,000 a day. Holy shit. That's all I can think about. They're fucking dicking around on the set. There's a video shoot too, so they're skating around. They get really sweaty.
After the shoot, Shane decides he's going to go take a shower. And as he's lathering up his unhaired chest.
Unhaired?
How about smooth?
His smooth, hairless chest.
I'm sorry, his naturally hairless, 50% Japanese chest.
Yes. All of a sudden comes walking in Ilya. And instead of going to the other shower, he goes to the shower directly across from Shane.
Of course he does, the little shit.
Power move.
I was literally sitting there reading the book and in the show somebody could walk in at any moment. Eek, 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 eek. And I also had this moment where I was like, God, it must really be hard for guys where if you find somebody else attractive, it's just immediately obvious. And in the shower, you ain't hiding that.
Well, that's exactly what happens to Shane.
Exactly.
Once Ilya turns around and Shane looks at his boom, boom, boom.
His boom, boom, boom. Oh, fuck me. He's got a great ass in the book. He's got a great ass in the show. I worship at the altar of Connor's story. Let me tell you, that man is hotter than hot. Michelangelo would have loved to carve a sculpture of Connor's story.
Oh, I'll have to watch the show.
Oh, yeah.
What
will.
little bits I've seen, I was like,
I think both of them were handsome. Again, talking about the dichotomy of the two of them, Ilya is very masculine.
Yes.
Very male, muscular, alpha.
Yes.
Shane is just a tad bit kind of softer, smooth skin, 4 inches shorter than Ilya. It's just a beautiful contrast between the two.
Can I tell you a really fun anecdote about the auditions that they did for the show?
God, you really have gone down a rabbit hole.
I love this.
Joey.
Go.
I've met you. Now welcome to you meeting you in me form.
Oh, my God.
This is how deep I've gone. Connor and Hudson obviously did a Zoom audition, and they auditioned with other people to find the chemistry. And apparently afterwards, when somebody had asked Hudson, hey, well, what did you think of the different people that you did your auditions with? And he was like, yeah, the other guys were okay, but Connor was the only one that made me feel like he was going to pin me down and fuck me. It's very obvious that Shane has an erection to Ilya, and Ilya's being so snarky about it. And he's like, there's chemistry there. Shane's just like, yo, don't fucking talk to me right. Not here. We need to get the fuck out of here. And tries to brush it off. They go back to the locker room.
Girl.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm going to slow it down.
You are missing the beautiful intricacy of this.
Okay.
Ilya notices that Shane now has a little hard-on brewing. And Ilya says to him, "Oh, do you like what you see?" And Shane's like, "Shut up." And then he looks down at Ilya's penis, who now is, saluting. Ilya grabs his cock, starts to give it a few good tugs, and looks at Shane and goes, "What do you want?" And Shane says, "You." That is the game changer.
That is the game changer. Honestly, I completely forgot about that.
Oh my God!
How did I completely
How
forget
did
about
you
that?
forget about that? That's the build-up. That's how they got to the conversation.
God, how did I forget about that? Shit. So then they go back to the locker room and Shane's just like, I'm gonna fucking forget about this, like, internal panic.
Ilya says, "Oh, is that what you really want?" And Shane goes, "Yes."
Hold on, he says, "Sure." And that is his tell. Sure means he's lying.
And Ilya says, "You're a bad liar."
He's just gonna step forward with it. He has zero fear. And Ilya's just like, "What room are you in?" I'm like, yeah, yes.
Shane tells him.
And their banter was so cute at this moment.
I love Ilya. He's such a scamp.
Oh, it's so hot. Oh, my God. But like the prep that Shane does as he's waiting for Ilya to come to his room. He puts on a formal shirt and like a tie or some bullshit, and then he takes it off.
Yeah.
He puts the TV on, and then he takes it off. He cleans the room up, and then he sits there, and it's too quiet. He turns the TV back on or whatever. Like, he's freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then right before Ilya knocks, he turns the TV off again.
But then when he opens the door, it looks like Ilya has taken some time to groom a little special effort.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. So this is like absolute panic mode for Shane.
I feel everything happens pretty quick.
It
though.
does.
Mm-hmm.
There's
It does.
not a lot of time to deliberate. What am I doing? Am I doing something right? Is it bad? Is it wrong? It's just like, bam!
But he's fully prepared before Ilya gets there to be like, we're going to just talk and we're going to say we can't do this anymore. And then he's going to leave. Yeah, no.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Can we talk about when they start making out and Ilya puts his thumb in Shane's mouth?
Okay. Yeah.
That you're like, yeah, we can talk about it. Did nobody else find that like incredibly hot?
Oh, because I've never read that before.
I know, but it was just like, I know, but it was, I'm just saying like, oh my God, that was so hot. It's that little shit that just gets me.
You're adorable.
I mean,
No, own it. It's wonderful.
We slowly come to find out that Shane's never done anything like this with a guy. This is legit his first time. And even though he's a little trepidatious, he still kind of goes for it. After they start making out for a little bit, Shane's the first one to go and put Ilya's cock in his mouth.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, damn, Shane. I know. I was so surprised.
After all the inner monologue you're hearing, you're like, oh, he's not going to be able to do it. Ilya has to lead. Nah.
I thought that Ilya would have led that, like, for sure.
Yeah.
And especially because in Shane's inner monologue, what we also hear is him having this freak out about, like, how he shouldn't want this and about how he does really like it. Through the whole book, they are both fighting against it because the NHL and the rules that they're in society demands for them to be fucking straight.
Yeah.
It is brutal to read this book and think that this is the reality that many, many, many people live in. And I really feel like Rachel Reid did an incredible job portraying the fear and the anxiety in this whole book. It really got me to the core of my being. This is the first moment where he's really like, okay, now I have gone down this path.
Can't go back now, so might as well. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, which I kind of loved.
Yeah.
Also, just being spurred on by how he feels in that moment, like that connection. Okay, great. Yeah, I've been with girls, but oh shit, why does this feel a million times better than that?
Yeah, the comparison in his head between his past experiences and this.
The inner monologue line being like, fuck, this was really gay.
Well, yup. Yup, Buttercup.
And did you also love how Shane says, after he puts Ilya's dick in his mouth, he goes, "It tasted like skin." Yeah, it did, actually.
Very realistic.
I feel like I remember having that thought myself the first time, and I'm like, damn, Rachel, you fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
That is so good. Yes.
That's the thing that stuck out to me about this book is it was hot, but it was also very realistic. It wasn't over glorified in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
You know, the sex often was very quick.
Very quick and awkward at times.
Yeah. But very
Yeah.
passion-driven. Like,
Yes.
they wanted it so bad that they were just gonna fuck it out until they came. And then, all right, now we can clear our head a little bit and move on from there. Shane is going down on Ilya. It's his first time. He's not a pro. All he's trying to do is what has been done to him before. And there's a point where Ilya stops him and says, "Oh, okay, that's a little too much." And he can tell that Shane wants to keep doing it. So Ilya's like, "Do you want to do more?" And Shane's like, "Yeah." Ilya lays down on the bed, puts his hands behind his head, and Shane goes at it again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you also love in that moment, Shane was panicking when he goes, "Stop, stop, stop." He's thinking like, "Oh my God, I've done something wrong." And he's like, "No, it's too good, actually." And then Shane's
Yeah.
like, "Okay." And it like bolsters his confidence. I also loved like the inner monologue of Ilya that we hear maybe at this point, but also like
Yes.
a lot later in the book where he's like, "I'm normally like a stallion,
Yeah.
but there's something about this guy that I just can't."
And the enthusiasm really does it for him.
Yeah, it's so cute.
So cute.
He knows Shane wants to please him, and that makes him happy. That component that you just mentioned about there's something about this person, that's what gets me in this book.
Yes.
Like, they are so different because they're two pieces that fit together. That to me is like, oh my God, I want it as bad as you guys do.
That's what makes the whole thing work.
It's so good.
Ilya at the last minute pulls out of him and he finishes himself off. And Shane's kind of like a little disappointed. He's like, I thought he was going to maybe come in my mouth, but no.
But I think he was also a little scared too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
For your first time.
What threw me for a loop is when Ilya gets down on his knees and looks at Shane and goes, "Let me show you how it's done."
Hell yes. And I also loved the fucking inner monologue. Says that he proceeded to lick him like a fucking ice cream cone.
Yep.
I loved the fact that Ilya was just so open about this and almost kind of like Shane's guide.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
mentor.
Shane was like, "I felt like I should be taking notes, but my brain had left the room." So good.
Gold star to Ilya, who swallowed.
Oh, yeah. Ilya's a big swallower.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I also just love seeing the alpha in the submissive position.
Always. Mm-hmm.
So good. So essentially, what's happening
Wait.
at this point? What?
Can I have a refill before we get started?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Because I downed that. It was delicious.
I mean, who can resist a Moscow Mule, right? Yeah.
I actually really like this.
Of course you do. It's a Moscow Mule.
I know, but it was one of those where I had a couple of sips and I went, I'm going to pass this to Lex, and then went, it's becoming tastier the more and more and more I put in my mouth.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm
Oh my God.
delicate.
This happens every episode. You start off with, and then at the end you're like, I would like another, please.
We drink every episode. If you're new here and you don't know this. Oh, boy. So, yeah, of course we're drinking a Moscow Mule because, duh, there's vodka and then there's ginger ale, which is Shane's favorite drink. So, yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't put that together till now.
Oh, you're so...
Oh, shit. Oh.
And it's ginger beer because they're spicy.
Yeah, it's true. It is ginger beer, not ginger ale.
Oh.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to go sit back here in the corner.
Canada Dry is milking this viralness for all it's worth. They have done "We're Coming to the Cottage" advertising. This book, again, we are jumping months and months apart. They do not communicate with each other.
Oh, they don't even have each other's phone number.
At this point, they have not exchanged numbers. They are both in denial about what's happening. They part ways. That is it. And it's 2010 at this point. So during this time, though, like you mentioned, Joey, they can't get out of each other's way in the sense that, like, Ilya keeps seeing Shane on TV, whether he likes it or not.
They're bombarded with the presence of each other, working in the same sphere, being at the top of their sport. All the sports commentators are talking about them, so as much as you want to try to forget that individual, they're in front of your face the entire time.
And there's the competition of in their first season.
That was such a huge moment for Ilya where they're like, Mr. Rozanoff, we heard that you're going to try and score 40 goals. And he's like, 40? No, I did not say 40. I said 50. So good. And they're like, what do you think about Shane Hollander, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, who? Oh, my
he's
God.
such an asshole.
I love it. Ilya totally knows that Shane's going to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
He looks into the camera and winks. That little fucker. God, he's so hot. Oh, my God. But we do hear the inner monologue of Ilya during this time period that he's like starting to go down this kind of warm, fuzzy pit of his stomach feeling, and he's pushing it down.
Mm-hmm.
But he's having these moments where he's like, oh, Shane. Oh.
And then he goes and fucks women.
Right.
Because we find out Ilya very much likes the dangerous. He likes to toe that line. The more taboo, the more he's all about it. And we learned earlier during Shane and Ilya's first interaction that this is not the first time Ilya has been with men.
No, it was his coach's
Son? Yup.
What is it? Maybe 4 months later, the next time they see each other is at the All-Star game.
Technically considered being in the same division, and they would have played on the same team.
Yes.
But then they decided that they were going to break them up, so Shane and Ilya would technically be on opposing sides to continue to fuel that rivalry component of
I
this.
know.
They can never get out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, the media is totally pitting them against each other.
Yeah.
They have a press conference together, and I loved this press conference. We have this moment where they're sitting next to each other, and Ilya, this is not his first language.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a hard time processing the words going in. They get confronted with this question, and Ilya doesn't know how to respond. And Shane just says, well, actually, if I can just kind of answer first, and says this whole really eloquent, lovely thing and kind of catches Ilya. And Ilya's like, oh, thank God. Then Ilya just says, yeah, what he said. Ilya is grateful for this moment, and Shane doesn't want to see him stumbling either. So it is this very sweet moment that they have without even saying anything. And, they touch elbows, they touch their feet under the table that nobody can see. During this All-Star Game skills competition, which I was like, sign me up for tickets to that.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
They end up like sneaky style scooching closer to each other on their opposing team benches until they can like kind of talk without it being really obvious that they're talking to each other. Ilya gives Shane his room number. So Shane goes to Ilya's room after the competition. Ilya's inner monologue is like, I just love being a bad boy. He's like, this is such a bad idea. God, I love it so much. Like, they're still so torn.
That's the inner turmoil both of them are facing, that they can not resist each other, but they're like, this is the worst idea ever.
This is a poignant moment in terms of their like sexual escapades because they're messing around. And this is the first time that Ilya is like, woohoo, Let me play around back there.
Oh, no, back the pony up.
Okay.
Why do you miss the beautiful flowery components?
I can't wait. Here we go. Yeah.
When Shane comes in the room, Ilya kind of basically just attacks him with his lips. Ilya cannot resist himself. And he looks at Shane and he says, "Get down on your knees."
Oh, my God.
And what does Shane do? Oh, baby is a good boy for daddy. He gets down on his knees.
Of course he does.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
How do you forget these magic moments?
Because I have a 3-year-old. That's why. Because trust me, right when you said it, I was like, oh, yeah, how could I forget the way that Connor Story, who plays Ilya, puts his hand on the wall while he's leaning over and he looks down that like side profile.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my Lanta. Holy shit, that man is so beautiful. The happiness that goes through him when he gives him this like alpha move, get on your knees, and Shane just does it, even though Shane still puts up this like alpha macho-ness out when they're on the ice.
Yep. Yeah, he never backs down on the ice. That's a very important key component.
And when he just so quickly gets on his knees. That sweet man. God, it's so hot. It's so hot. They're in a hotel room again.
They keep it quiet because they don't want anybody to hear them.
Ilya is trying to approach Shane and take things further. And he's like, I want to fuck you. I want to fuck you so bad. Shane's like, ah. And he's like, well, have you ever done anything like that? And he's like, yeah, I have a thing. And he's like, what do you mean you have a thing?
I cracked up so hard during this.
Shane admits that he has a dildo.
Yep.
Ilya's like, is it pink? Fucking Ilya, like he's such an asshole. And honestly, throughout this whole thing, I had to think, is it going to actually wear on Shane to be with somebody like this for so long? Let me tell you, I'm married to a guy that incessantly wants to poke and poke and poke and poke about shit. The love language is very much not forward. It is very pushed down. And so to have these sweet moments, you have to work very hard for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like thinking about them like they're real people.
Isn't that the sign of a good book, though? When you're so into the characters that you're feeling their feels.
Yeah. Shane's response when Ilya asks if he can fuck him is not here. He's not comfortable.
Yeah.
There's people in the room next to them. Like, he doesn't feel like he can be loud and vulnerable. He's kind of nervous about it. So they table it. But basically, they agree next time.
I love that Ilya was like, he didn't hear no, he heard not here.
Yeah. They're going to play in Montreal in 2 weeks. And that finally is the moment where Ilya puts his number into Shane's phone as Lily. It's been like 2 years and they finally exchanged numbers, which is so wild to me. But it really speaks to the denial.
Well, it was just casual hookup. And now they're like, well, I want more of this. So
I've exchanged numbers with, well, okay, yeah, sure. Maybe there's a bunch of guys that I've never exchanged numbers with. Okay, fair enough. Moving on. If you think you're not going to ever see that person again, you're not going to do this again, you're in denial.
These two will be in each other's hemispheres forever.
I mean, I know.
As long as they are in the same industry, they will be confronted with each other multiple times throughout a season. All-star games, championship games, award shows. They're going to see each other.
Yeah, this is that little baby step forward that's like, okay, this can be my casual hookup that I can have because not going to go out and find another dude to do this with.
I'm on the fence about this fan theory.
Okay, fan theories. Let's go.
I want to know what you both think about this.
Okay.
Lily can be an acronym for something.
Oh, my God.
Like I love you. He can't love you like I love you.
Nah.
I didn't really believe it either.
Too soon.
It is too soon, right?
This is just, they're in the land of like, this is a really good fuck. I want to fuck this person some more.
I'm comfortable exploring something I've never explored. I have chemistry with this person. I think it's LU instead of LO. It's lust, not love at this point.
Yeah.
It's a while before.
Yeah.
I think it's building to something.
Yes, it is. You can feel it, but we're not there yet.
Let's have a real here. It's about 3 years since the first time they met. Have they actually had a normal human get-to-know-you conversation?
No.
They get little snippets. It is about right now, your fingers and your mouth make me feel real good. And I'm hoping that your dick is going to do the same damn thing.
The finality of that.
So good. So good.
Shane has a reality that he likes men. And it's a real bad idea that he's having sex with Ilya. If anybody fucking finds out, it's going to ruin both their reputations. He basically wants to tell Ilya, no, we're not going to meet up when you're in town next week. The next week when Ilya texts him and asks him what address he's going to meet Shane at, Shane says no. But then, backpedal. He ends up fucking renting a room at the same hotel that the Boston Bears are staying at.
See, that seemed crazy risky to me. That seemed
Yeah.
way riskier. I was like, Shane, what the fuck? What if somebody sees you at that hotel?
Go to a different hotel.
Yeah.
Like for one of the guys to go out to like hook up with someone.
Right?
The guys on the team are just going to think he's hooking up with a chick.
Right.
So why would you do it in the same hotel?
Risking it for the biscuit, baby.
It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it wasn't the brightest idea. I mean, do you know how many fucking hotels are in Montreal?
I know, right? Yeah, it was so weird.
But I think in Shane's mind's eye, he's like, first, Ilya's not coming to my place. That is way too intimate. This is my personal space.
Yes.
He can't be here.
Yeah.
Number two, if anybody actually sees Shane and Ilya walking into a third hotel, even at random times, they may put 2 and 2 together.
Maybe.
So it was easier to have Shane walk into a hotel where a team is staying and Ilya just move up a couple of floors.
I guess so.
Sure.
But can we skip to the fun part? So
Yeah.
they've agreed that they're going to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought Ilya did such a great job.
Yes.
He lets go of that machismo and the making fun and the poking, and he becomes this version of Ilya that I just want to eat up with a little spoon. He's patient.
Yes.
He is calm. He is a good teacher. He goes slowly.
Mm-hmm.
He makes Shane feel comfortable. And he does a really great job blowing him real hard and getting him in there with his butt and his fingers. He's finger fucking Shane in the ass while he's blowing him.
That's so hot.
Wow. Meow, 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 meow. I did think it was funny, like Shane's inner monologue where he's just like, fuck, I should have watched more gay porn before this. He's like, I don't know how it's supposed to go. I was like, oh, baby. I know. Ilya's like, this is how this is supposed to work, right? Like, haven't you done this with a girl before? And he's like, no, because like that would have meant more time and like space with a girl. Like, no, I haven't.
But I think that's what Ilya likes is he's like, oh, I have the opportunity to, for lack of a better term, break this one in.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
When you're someone's first everything, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I loved how Ilya's like, don't worry, it'll fit. Because you can see Shane's eyeballs bugging out and he's like kind of freaking out and clenching up. And Ilya's like, you're going to be fine. Shane's inner monologue for the fucking win. This is the shit you do not get in the show. As Ilya is fucking him for the first time and he's like, oh, like, okay, now we are talking. This feels so good. And then he's like, wow, God, okay, yeah, he's in there deep. He's in there so deep. And they're going to have to send an ambulance to get us because we're going to be stuck together and they're going to have to pull us apart. And he starts having this full-on panic that, like, puts him into, like, another world. And he's like, then everybody will know we're gay and that we were fucking each other.
I was listening to this scene with my headphones on next to my partner who was watching TV, and I was fucking roaring at this point. My partner just turns to me and is like, that good, huh? And I'm like, it's so funny. So good.
Yeah, you don't get that in the show. The funniness of Shane. Ilya always jokes, oh, Shane, you're secretly funny in the show. But you don't actually get why. Because, like, Ilya knows that this is how Shane's brain works. It just really cracked me up.
I get Shane's brain. That has been my brain so many times.
Yes, you do. You do get Shane. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This was the most wonderful exploration of Shane's brain, this whole section. I mean, Shane's like, oh, keep doing that. And he's like, don't worry, I will. Then he realized why people were so wild about sex. And that Shane's body had made Ilya feel that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, now he understands that this is what sex is supposed to be like.
Yeah, because of the inner monologue of all the times with the girls. And he was like, well, I just haven't met the right one, I guess. I mean, it's just kind of okay. Nope.
No, because she didn't have a dick.
But so now we've done it. We're 2 years in. They've finally fucked. Shane is bottom, Ilya top. Ta-da, it happened.
And then clean up and go. No snuggles, no nothing.
Ilya was an asshole after this. I didn't like what he ended up saying to him afterwards.
But it tracks.
I know, he was so snarky.
Both their inner monologues tell them this is a bad idea. Yes, it's fun. It feels good. But every single one of these times just cements a relationship in some way between them.
Yeah, and God, it's so hard to read it. But I'm intrigued to hear about how, especially you, Lex, what you thought about this next time that they see each other. That was in February. They end up seeing each other in June in Las Vegas at the NHL Awards. Shane has won the Rookie of the Year award. He's all night looking around for Ilya. He can't find him. And eventually he's like, well, I'm just going to go up and get some air on the roof.
Well, he's also avoiding his teammates who are like, let's go out and I've got a cute girl for you. And he's like, running from that.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get him drunk and have him come out with them because he's big old Rookie of the Year now. He goes up and bing, there's Ilya on the roof. This conversation that they have on the roof is one of the most complicated conversations in the entire book. When you read through it, especially not knowing that Shane is autistic, this is our first major miscommunication. It's not full miscommunication tropey. Shane does not understand what Ilya is trying to tell him. They see each other, they get talking, and Shane is like, why are you so mad? And Ilya avoids it for a second, and he's like, no, like, not everything is about you, Shane. There's a pause, and he's like, I have to go back to Russia. And Shane's like, yeah, okay. And he's not realizing that that is why Ilya is frustrated in that moment. Because he's having this realization that he doesn't want to go back and see his family, that he's dreading going back there. He's really torn up about the fact that he does not want to go home.
I go back to Russia in 3 days because, yes, terrible family situation. Also Russia, not where he has the freedoms that he has here. And also he worked so hard. He wanted to be number one. And as much as he is attracted to Shane, he's frustrated because it seems like everything comes easy to Shane. He's got the family that Ilya wishes he has. Everybody just thinks he's so wonderful and sweet and lovely. So, of course, he got Rookie of the Year, even though Ilya had to fight so hard to be where he is. I think he's got that dynamic of like, I really like this guy, but also like, fuck him. Why does he get this? It's all so easy for him.
And he has to go home now without the award.
Yeah.
Which Obviously, his dad isn't going to be thrilled about that, but also
Yeah.
his dad isn't doing well. His brother's been asking him for money for bullshit reasons.
Oh, his brother is a bloodsucker. He's just taking advantage of his younger brother's success.
I just don't think that Shane has really understood that that's what Ilya is getting at.
Because he hasn't been told that's what Ilya's dealing with in his life and his family. He doesn't have that understanding.
At this point, Shane doesn't even know that Ilya's mother is dead.
None of that. Doesn't know his father's sick. He doesn't mention it up to this point. He knows nothing. All he knows is that Ilya's saying he's going to Russia in 3 days. That's it.
Right. So Shane completely misses it, and he's not really understanding what Ilya's talking about. And because Ilya is not about to divulge all this stuff, he doesn't get into it either. So instead, Shane's just like, well, fucking fine. I'll see you next season. Because he's basically like, this is it. We're fucking done here.
Yep.
And we're not going to fuck around anymore. So he puts his hand out to shake it. So formal. It's like, ugh. And this is where the hot and cold whiplash started to kind of grind on me a little bit. Then Ilya pushes him up against a wall and gets all hot, sexy, dom daddy with him and kisses him. Ilya is aggressive and angry and forceful with him. And Shane thinks that Ilya is mad at him because he doesn't understand why Ilya's really mad. He feels like it's cold, hot.
I think a big component of this that really plays into it, I don't know, maybe your friends on the webs and your chat groups have talked about a huge cultural 180 from each other.
Yes.
The Russians are very closed off individuals. They're not super communicative about emotions and feelings. And you just do what you have to do because you have to do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Shane is basically just like, dude, what are you doing? We are fucking out in public. Shane is frustrated. And he's basically just like, we can't keep doing this. He's done. And he thinks this could be it. This is where we enter part 2 of the book. There's a big time jump. It's 2 years later now. We learn a lot about Ilya in this next chapter and his emotional intelligence. Because he puts up this facade of machismo and tough guy. But really, we know he is a soft cinnamon roll underneath.
Oh, yeah. This is all survival skill.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I loved the first part of this chapter where there's no reason for us to hear this whole thing about their teammate and how the teammate's nervous on the airplane and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because he's a next fucking book.
Well, okay, yes.
So there is a need for that, right?
Yes.
There's a need for that. Written on purpose.
I know.
I like it shows that he's a good person, that he cares about his
Yes.
teammates, his friends, the people around him.
But he finds this way to soothe this other teammate very easily. And he just knows what he needs.
Mm-hmm.
He gives him his headphones. He says, here, I'm watching Fast and Furious. And turns out Ilya is totally correct as to which Fast and Furious is the best one. Just
Fast 5?
Fast 5. I did confirm that with my husband, that Ilya is right. I also just loved that little Easter egg.
Mhm.
I was like, Rachel Reid. Oh, I love you so much more now. Oh my God, you nerd. I love it so much. Oh, she's such a wonderful person. This scene is the first time where Ilya texts Shane before a game.
While he's in the locker room, to the point where we're talking right before the game, to throw him off his game.
Yeah, and it works. It totally fucking works. He's texting him some dirty shit. And he's like, how many times do you think you can come in an hour? How they represent texting on the show is really super well done. It's not cheesy. I just love Shane dissecting the ever-loving shit out of his response. It's so real.
Yes.
You know how when you're nervous about talking to somebody new and you retype what you're going to say?
Because you want us to be funny, but casual,
Not too invested.
but flirty.
After all these fun and flirty things, he's like, I don't know, maybe 2. Fucking Haley's like, yeah, you're really bad at sexting. And Shane's like, yeah, well, who taught you that word? Clearly, Shane is off his game. So later, they do end up meeting up. Ilya shows up at this random building. He says, what, are you gonna kill me? I'm in this random fucking alley. And he goes in and Shane's like, yeah, well, I own this building. It's an investment property. Okay, fine. But he's immediately like, what the fuck, dude? Fuck you for texting me before the game. And that's what Ilya wants. Ilya wants him angry.
Yeah.
Ilya is doing this on purpose. He likes his little boy angry. Fucking asshole. Shane plays right into it.
Yep.
But he's like, oh, yeah, so we're in this under construction apartment. What, are you going to fuck me over that ladder? Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, well, I had the bedroom finished first.
Priorities. Come on.
When they open the door, the rest of it looks like complete construction zone, but the bedroom and bathroom are ready to go.
The extent he went through just to have a place to meet up in secret.
It's so good. I love it. But again, that's like where some of his like autistic tendencies are coming through. He has worked up his paranoia about them getting caught together so much that he bought an entire building to cover up what they are doing.
Yeah.
I fucking love it so much. I'm so obsessed.
But the thing is, Ilya sees through what the fuck Shane did immediately.
I think it really fucked him up. If either of them thought that they weren't going to see each other after Vegas and that it wasn't going to be the last time, this has cemented the path that we are on now.
Yep.
It's so good. God. Oh, my God. Ilya keeps pushing Shane in this whole scene until the point where Shane's just like, I hate you. And he's like, yes, I know. Now show me. Fucking love it. So they only have an hour and they end up so hot and heavy with each other.
Okay, this was amazing. So Shane is sucking Ilya's cock and is enjoying giving Ilya pleasure that fucking Shane comes without even being touched by Ilya.
So hot.
Ilya thought so too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 Shane also noted that because they're not in a hotel room and they're in this very comfortable space.
Oh, yes.
Ilya was super loud too. And Shane was like, fuck yes. This is the reason we read these books, right?
100%.
God damn. This is like the longest honeymoon phase fucking ever. Just dragging out that chase. Oh my God.
Well, because if you consolidate all the time together, it's only a couple months worth of time.
If even.
On the way out, they're still bantering in the hallway as Ilya's waiting for his car to come. Ilya goes back and gives Shane a little peck on the mouth and mentions in the book that Ilya is just grinning the whole way home in the car.
Yeah. That's the shit that gets me. I love the sweetness after being so fucking dirty.
So good. Are you ready for me to nerd out on you?
As opposed to what you've been doing this whole time?
I second that, Lex. You hit the nail on the head.
No, this is wonderful. I am loving every minute of this.
The next chapter, as you know, is set in Sochi, Russia in 2014 during the Olympics. The Olympics did in fact happen in Sochi, Russia in 2014. Guess what song was sung at the opening ceremony?
All the things she said, all the things she said.
Hell yeah. Tattoo performed all the things she said at the fucking opening ceremony in Sochi in 2014. I love this so much. So the opening theme song to the show, the director chose All the Things She Said. There are a number of reasons that would point to why he chose it. First of all, it's a great fucking song. Second of all, what? Lex, you can get the fuck out of here right now.
No.
What? It's so good. Kelly Clarkson did a version that's amazing. There's like a new like club version that came out that's so good. This song also is kind of a gay anthem. It is about a gay couple, and Vladimir Putin did not know this when he agreed to have the song at the opening ceremony. And so this ended up being a giant fuck you to Putin. It's just amazing.
It's fantastic.
So they're in Sochi, Russia for the Olympics. The Russian team has not done well. Ilya is not in a great place. He knows that he's going to have to go home and see his father later that day for a fucking formal event, and he just doesn't even want to deal with seeing him. He's in a really pissed off mood.
I actually like that they go into when they put together these teams, you're talking about players that don't play together, that they're building these teams as just like, well, this is the best player. They don't have the timing down. They don't have the practice time in like you do with your normal team that you play with.
Right.
So as great a player as Ilya is, these are folks he doesn't play with.
Right.
That's why the Russian team was not doing great.
His dad didn't really like that answer. He's like, oh, well, it all comes down from leadership, right?
Aren't you the captain?
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
Well, we get a little bit of side commentary where Shane is talking to some of his fellow NHL players from the U.S. team because Shane is there representing Canada hockey. He learns more and more about the environment in Russia and how they're very much anti-gay. And all of a sudden, he starts to click and put two and two together, and he's actually worried about Ilya being in this environment. And that's why he texts him and says, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And then when he doesn't get a response and he actually sees Ilya, he approaches him. And Ilya's like, no, this is not the place. No, here we're not friends.
Yeah. It was kind of sad.
It was very sad.
It was really hard to see them like that. Like, Ilya wouldn't even give him, like, one statement of, like, hey, like, I know we're cool, but, like, not here, dude. He could have said it in a softer way. I felt bad for Shane. June of 2014, they're in Las Vegas. The NHL has asked them to present the most sportsmanlike award together, which I just fucking loved. Ilya's being his asshole-ish self as usual. While they're presenting the award on the stage in front of everybody, he totally slides his hand down Shane's back. Oh my God. This man.
You love him. You hate him. You love him.
I know. Drives me crazy.
You got a type.
I do. I love a bad boy. Shane ends up storming off the stage, going to a bathroom and just kind of like cooling off. And of course, Ilya follows him, goes into the bathroom with him, and they have this weird conversation where they're like, you suck my dick. No, you suck my dick. And Ilya's like, oh, you want me to get on this dirty bathroom floor and suck your dick? And he's like, you're going to have to ask a lot nicer. And I love Shane's inner monologue during this scene. Shane's just like, fuck you. I'm not going to fucking do this. And then he's like, please get on this filthy bathroom floor and suck my dick, please. He's always talking about being embarrassed for saying things, and he can't help himself. And then Ilya's like, no. But I love this. Oh my God, it was so hot.
They're both up for the MVP award. Ilya says to him, if you win the MVP award, after the show, I will suck your dick and I will fuck you. And Shane looks at him and goes, well, what happens if you win the MVP award? And Ilya's like, I'll think about it. Well, guess who wins the MVP award?
Ilya.
Yeah.
This is the best thing that ever happened to this book. So when Shane shows up at Ilya's penthouse suite at the hotel, oh God, Connor Story in this scene, who plays Ilya, oh my God, guys, he looked so good. Holy shit.
Your face right now.
I know. He looked so good. I can't take it. Oh my God. It was so amazing. He's got bare feet, his tuxedo pants on, his shirt hanging open, and he's leaning against a wall like fucking statue. And Shane walks in and he basically like holds his arms out and he's like, well, basically like worship me. Oh man, Ilya pulled it all out in this sequence. Because then we have in the show the chair drag heard around the world. Ilya drags this awful sound, but it's so hot the way he drags that chair. Holy shit. Nobody has ever dragged a chair in a hotter fucking way.
Oh my God.
He drags it around to the end of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells Shane to get on the bed, and he sits down like the master dom that he is with his vodka and says, put on a show. Touch yourself for me. We're going to have our sexy stud read this for us. Thank you very much.
Yes.
The thoughts made Shane's hands speed up. He let out a broken sound and planted his feet flat on the bed, legs splayed, knees bent. Open yourself up, Rozanov said. Use your fingers. Oh, fuck. Shane felt simultaneously mortified and excited. He reached for the lube. Yes. Let me see you open yourself up for me. You gonna fuck me? Shane managed to get out. We'll see. Shane got to work. It was undeniably humiliating to be splayed out on the bed like this. Shane's fingers 2 knuckles deep in his own ass, while Ilya Rozanov calmly sipped his vodka and watched everything like he was going to be tested on it later. The only thing that could make the situation more embarrassing would be, please, Shane gasped. Begged. Please what? I need... He could tell that Rozanov was starting to lose his composure. He could see how his Adam's apple bobbed sharply as he swallowed, the way he ran his teeth over his bottom lip. What do you need, Hollander? You. Fuck me. Please. Rozanov sucked in a breath, and then he stood and placed his glass on the side table. He slowly undid the last of his buttons and let the shirt fall to the floor behind him. He walked to the end of the bed, and Shane crawled to him, just like he'd imagined doing. He crawled along the mattress until his face met the bulge in Rosanov's tuxedo pants. He nuzzled and mouthed at it, and Rozanov buried his fingers in Shane's hair and murmured something in Russian. Shane didn't know if Rozanov was saying something encouraging or reverent, or maybe he was calling Shane a slut. Shane felt a little slutty in that moment. He felt wild. He wanted Rosanov's cock in every part of him at once. He wanted to come right away, or not for hours. He wanted to kiss Rozanov and maybe punch him for being such an arrogant fucking prick. And he hated himself for wanting any of this. But not enough to stop. Never enough to stop.
That's the theme of the entire book.
It is. He hated it so much, but he didn't want to stop.
Yeah.
This scene, I had to have our sexy stud read for us because this scene in the book is much more raunchy than you can understand from the show. The show obviously does not show Shane figuring his own asshole. You don't know that this is what's happening in the show. You do see Ilya go, oh, fuck, at one part. But, like, who knows what could be happening? This scene was super hot. It really demonstrates Rachel Reid's style. It demonstrates a good example of Shane's inner monologue, his embarrassment again with the please. Sweet little Canadian boy. So polite. And Ilya being an asshole, but also hot at the same time. But after all of this, Ilya ends up fucking him super hard. They're both coming. They're wild. They're loud. They're in this penthouse, but Shane feels really comfortable, so he's loud. And they have kind of a vulnerable conversation afterwards where Shane kind of starts poking at him and he's like, hey, well, so are you going to go back to Russia for the summer? He's like, yeah. And he's like, well, why?
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, well, because it's my fucking home. Like, what else do you think? He's like, well, I don't know. Do you even really like it there? I was honestly kind of surprised. I was like, wow, Shane. After all these years of not having very intimate questions, like, that is a really bold question.
But I feel like it's an everyday question for him because his own experience, he can't imagine not just having the opportunity to go somewhere nice.
Yeah. It's hard because then Ilya gets in his head about going back to Russia. You can see it all happening.
Mhm.
Shane starts to feel uncomfortable and he's like, okay, well, I should go. He gets dressed and he's like, all right, see you later, Rosenoff, and like, whatever, bye, Hollander. Doesn't even get up to say goodbye to him. Afterwards, Shane realizes they didn't even kiss. And he finds that he's sad that they didn't kiss.
Yeah.
This was a really, really, really well done moment in the show with a texting format. Like he gets in the elevator, like, see you next season, backspace, backspace, backspace. We didn't even kiss, backspace, backspace, backspace. And he doesn't send him anything.
Mm.
So it's like a fun way of inserting that inner monologue so that the viewers can understand it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really well done. Because I think that's such an important part of Shane's inner monologue that needed to be shared.
Birdie, since you can't freaking shut up about this book, I think we're going to have to make a part 2.
Oh,
There's so much stuff.
oh, there's so much to talk about. My favorite book/show.
Oh, well, then you know what I demand? If we need to bring this book into 2 parts, I want a new Sexy Stud episode, and I sure the fuck need another cocktail.
Fine, Joey, I'll give it to you.
So make sure you tune in next time where Birdie keeps talking about Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reid. Again and again and again.
Cheers. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. We really appreciate you. We love you so much. Bye.
Bye.